Hey everybody, welcome to my 9-liner tattoo. So I'm just going to go right in. This one's going to have a tattoo in it. I don't know quite what yet, but I'll put something in it. But I said in the last one I was going to just explain a little bit about me and the way that I am, I guess. Anybody that knows me knows by now that I've got various different things that annoy me, various different things, like anybody does, but yeah, I guess it's my wife said that she knew that I had autism pretty much not long after she met me, and yeah, pretty sure it turns out that she's right. So I'm pretty sure that most of you know this already, but there might be some people out there that don't, and it's just an explanation video, really about a little bit about how it affects me. Which in turn it shall affect you if you're near me. So it's not a woe is me by any means. It's just whatever it is what it is. If you feel sorry for me, then that's up to you. If you couldn't give a shit, that's also great. But it is what it is. So a couple things, a little rundown things. I'm not quite sure where to start with what things to tell you. I guess I just explain how I am. Like simple things confuse me. But I mean, I think sometimes they're not as simple as I think they are, but in my head they're super simple. Like for example, if I'm done talking to you, then I'm just going to leave. I've nothing left to say. My wife apologized. She's been apologising on my behalf for almost 22 years. Asda, for example, on a Sunday, we used to go shopping every Sunday to Asda. And then, you know, some people, oh, how was your day going? And instantly my head's like, well, I don't really see that that's any of your business. You're not supposed to talk to me. You're supposed to, and this is rude as fuck, and I understand that. Now, I understand that, thanks to Sarah. But don't ask me questions like that. Just do what you're doing, I'll do what I'm doing, and we'll just get on and that'll be fine, you know? The stop and chat thing, we watched, like most people, a lot of people have seen Curb Your Enthusiasm, and when some of the things that happen in that, Sarah will just look at me and be like, Jesus Christ, it's you're Larry David with hair, you know? The stop and chat thing, like, in here, I'm fine, completely happy to chat with anybody about anything at all. Outside here, like if I go from here to the shop, for example, just list one example, if I go from here to the shop and someone stops me and asks me, or wants to ask me a question about tattoos, I don't know why, but I get so offended and so internally angry because you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that in here, you know? And it's like it's a rage and a disappointment, and I just can't explain it. I'm like, what the fuck do these people think? This is just not okay, you know? Again, before I go any further, I'm not saying these are right or wrong. I mean, most of them will be wrong, but I'm not saying that this is right or wrong. I'm just telling you this is how it is for me, you know? Like outside, hey, how's it going? Not seen you for ages. Yeah, good. Okay, bye. Well, wait a minute. Well, wait a minute for what? So we can stand and randomly chat about things that none of us really want to know. How's the family? How have you been? I don't care. You don't care, but society tells you you're supposed to stop and chat and just to see how your fellow man's getting on. And I just don't really care, you know, and it sounds really mean, but I do. I'm a super caring person, but sometimes in certain situations, society dictates to you, you're supposed to etiquettely stop and have a chat and ask you. I don't like that. I'm fucking uncomfortable with that. It makes my brain itch, which is a key thing for me. I get like the way I've described it to Sarah is it's like a sneeze in my head. And if I have to keep doing the thing that I'm doing that's causing the sneeze, or I don't do the thing that I need to do that's causing the sneeze, it's there the whole time. And it's, oh, Christ almighty, it's like, it's awful. It's awful. Other stupid things like Sarah can't touch my cutlery. As crazy as that sounds, I don't know where that came from. I used to switch off plugs. Planning. If we have a plan to go on this day, to go here, here and here, that's okay. If you take one of them off, it kind of irks me a little bit. But if you add something on, it's the end of the world for me. And it's dramatic, and it's childish to some people, but it is like, for example, prime example, what are we doing on Sunday, sweetheart? Oh, we're going to Asda, and then we're going to Pets at Home. Okay, fine. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, fine. Wake up on Sunday, halfway there, can we just nip into B&Q? It's like, it makes my brain, it's the end of the fucking world for me, and it causes arguments, it causes fights, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why I don't just go, oh, alright, cool. Or, ugh, I wish you'd mentioned that, but I don't. I go full off the fucking Richter scale, disappointed, gutted, itchy brain, sneezy. It's awful. It's fucking awful. I guess it comes across as rude a lot of the time. Like, for example, me saying I don't care. That's not necessarily true, but at that precise moment, I don't want to do a stop and chat, you know? So I got a toothpick. It helps me. I don't want to do a stop and chat. I don't want to know how you, I don't want to tell you how my family is. But other times it'll be okay. And it's just weird. It's just, and like, you know, my OCD mixes in with that as well. Like, I'll eat the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Doesn't matter what it is. For, like at the moment for lunch, I'm eating the same thing, and I have been for, I think at this precise minute, it's about 2 years, 2.5 years. Same thing every day without fail. Unless they don't have it, then my world is a fucking disaster. Lunch is ruined. I might as well eat nothing. It doesn't matter, you know. And then one day, I don't know when, but I'll wake up and I'll never eat any day things ever again. There was a time where all I ate was Maltesers, double deckers, sandwiches, cheesy pasta, fajita. It doesn't matter, like I say, what it is. I'll eat it and then I'll never eat it again, or I won't eat it for 5-10 years or whatever. Wear the same things all the time. Old skill. Now that's that. A lot of people have that. But whenever Sarah washes something of mine that I don't deem needs a wash, it just feels wrong, you know. And again, it is what it is. It's just one of the things that I struggle with greatly. People not doing what they say they're going to do. Now, this is a big one. This ties into the changing plans at the last minute, or adding things on to the journey, like I said a minute ago. Which, in this job, people will book in and they will cancel, and that happens, and it's infuriating. But for me, it's less to do with the money. It's less to do with the time I'm sitting bored. It's less to do with trying to fill that time. It's more to do with, you says you were going to do something, and in my head, that was going to happen, and now it's not happening, and my side is still ready to go, but you know what I mean? I'm fucking sweating talking about it. I'm not even exaggerating with any of this. It's fucking horrible. It's horrible. I guess routine's a big thing for me. And like, as you probably gathered, routine's a big thing for me. And veering off of that routine for whatever reason, and whatever the routine might be, is quite hard for me to deal with. Fucking hell, I'm sweating with this. It's unbelievable. Because I'm talking about it, I'm thinking about all the times that it has happened, and it's all at once, and it's like, fucking hell, man. Another thing, I guess, that would be quite difficult is I've got a drawing table, and it's, I mean, maybe, not that helps you, but it's maybe 1 foot by 1 foot. It's just a square cheap table thing for IKEA, which sits next to my chair, and it's got, ideally, it's got pens, pencils, tape for masking tape for marking out my drawings or whatever. Pardon me. And a couple things I might need. In reality, it's got so much fucking stuff on it, it's unbelievable. And I complain about it all the time. But if Sarah cleans any of that or moves anything, it's almost too much. It's almost too much, which is, again, I'll reiterate all of these things with, it's ridiculous. I fully understand that. It's just, I guess that's just one of the things, you know, one of my things. I can't. Simple things like other things like, obviously we have animals, and I don't think anybody likes to hear their dog licking themselves, right? But this is something, all the things, this is the thing that's probably caused the most arguments between Sarah and I. I go, like, dog not licking, okay? And I don't mean licking its hoop or whatever, even just a leg, whatever. Dog licking its paw, for example. No licking. Licking now. Now, I'm at 100. I don't go, what's that? Go and stop that. I go from 0 to, what the fuck is that? Sounds, a big sensory thing. Sounds, that drives me from 0 to 100, and 100 being despair. Absolute sheer despair. And it goes that quick. It's like a couple heartbeats and I'm like, fucking, you know, and I hate myself for it, and I'll shout sometimes and then say you can't, and it just causes arguments, and I hate that. So I'm getting pretty good at that now, if I do say so myself. But here, electricity, I hear, which is a big thing. Tried to explain this to Sarah for years, and it's hard to explain something to someone. She's so understanding. If you're watching this, I love you. You're so understanding. I think you understand what I'm describing, but nobody knows what it's like until you hear it. And I don't know if it's like, we were watching a show, and I'd said this to Sarah for years. Let me explain. It's not the buzzing of an electricity pylon. It's not the electricity buzzing from an old TV, or it's not it's not that. It's internal. I can hear it internally. Like I say, I've got a thing with sounds, and Sarah, I'll be pause the fucking movie at their vital part. What's that? Can you hear it? And I'll be silent for 2 minutes. Listen. And then she'll, and it's a nightmare. But I'd mentioned it to Sarah for years and years, and she understood, because she's clever. She understood the words I was saying and what they mean when you put them together in a sentence. But I don't think she fully understood, and I don't think anybody will until you understand, until you know. And then we were watching a show a few years ago about people with autism. Sarah likes to point out things. She'll save something, she'll save a meme, a picture, a TikTok, a show or whatever. And we're watching a show, and this guy was going through some of the things that I've explained. And then right at the end, the guy that was evaluating him. And is anything else? And he's like, no, I don't think so. And his wife was like, you need to tell him about the electricity. And the guy was like, go on then. He's like, I can hear electricity. And then that's when the guy said, pylons and stuff. He's like, no, it's like internal electricity, and it's like nobody else can seem to hear it. Even the dogs can't seem to hear it, and blah, blah, all this sort of stuff. And it turns out that's a huge flag for people with autism, is that specific thing relates specifically to however far on the spectrum I might be. And we're watching it, and we're just looking at each other and like fucking mouths open, and I'm like, holy shit. And it was so good, because I felt like, fucking somebody else can hear all the shit that I can hear. That's why the TV's got to be on all the time at night. Otherwise, I can just hear all these, and it's fucking awful. But having said all of that, again, it's not a woe is me. It is what it is. And I've been living with these things for so long that it doesn't really bother me as such, unless one of these things happens, like a plan gets added on, or somebody unless the things I have an issue with happen, like anything, it's not an issue. So it just so happens that certain things of the few that I've told you about do happen regularly, and that's primarily because of me. The noises, the dog licking, the people outside wanting to chat and all that sort of stuff, and it is what it is. But I just wanted to I just wanted to explain a couple things about, sometimes if you see me outside and you chat about things, and I might come across a little bit rude or whatever, I might be just being a cunt that day. There's every fucking possibility. But I'm not, and it's not all the time either. It's not consistent, which is a big fucking bummer for me. If it was consistent all the time, like G.G. Allen, he was consistently rubbing himself in shit and playing with his dick live on stage and punching people. That happened at every single show. If you went to a show and he kept his clothes on and he was nice and calm, it would be really weird. But the fact that it happened all the time, people learn to deal with it, And it's like, if my things were the same all the time, my issues, if you like, were the same all the time, the baseline's always the same, but the reaction that I do or I have, they're not always the same. And it's a bummer because it makes it hard to, what's the word I'm trying to articulate? It makes it hard to, I guess it makes it hard for other people to plan how to deal with it, with me, I suppose, I guess, in a way, you know. Like, I could see somebody on a Monday and they want to stop and chat, and I am burning inside, absolute fuming. And then on Thursday, I could see the same person, and in my head, I'm like, cool, I want to chat today, you know. But it's just, it can be quite awkward at times, I suppose. Hopefully, mostly for me, because that's fair, it's in my head, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for now. I'll maybe go into other stuff later in another video. I just wanted to bring up some of the stuff that I deal with, and to maybe explain certain situations about how I can be at times, and you know how it can be in general, I suppose. But yeah, I think like my OCD thing comes into it. Like, people collect stuff and they like records and all that sort of stuff, but when I'm collecting something, I'm all in. That's all I think about. Nothing else gets a look in, and I mean nothing else gets a look in. Right now it's Weezer records. Like, my wife will testament to this. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll get something in my head and I cannot, even if I really want to, I cannot let it go. I cannot let it go. Things people have done, if they've fucked you off and stuff like that, I don't think you should let them go, you know? Like, that goes back to some of the things where prior, like I said at the start, like with as far as how I feel and lying and telling people the truth, you know? Turns out that people don't really want to hear the truth. I figured that out a long time ago. So I don't want to say Sarah's helped me with my lying, because that would be, but Sarah, you know, she's been helping me over the years explain why it's not okay to say certain things. I understand that's what needs to be done, but I tend not to do it, and I don't do it very well. When I fib, my face goes bright fucking red, and I get sweaty and fidgety, and I just don't understand that. And like I said to you before, I found out quite early on that people don't want to hear the truth. People want to hear what they want to hear to make them feel better. For example, what do you think of my baby, my brand new baby? It'll grow into its face. Evidently that's not okay to say. What do you think of my tattoo? Shit, do you want it covered? No, I love it. Oh, my bad. Just, you know, what do you think? Do I suit this dress? No, you don't. It makes you look fat. Offended, so offended. Okay, I never said you were fat. I said it made you look fat. People want to hear like, if somebody asks you a question, what I think would be great, this is the way I genuinely think things should go, right? For example, let me see. If I've got this, right? And there's 5 questions on this side, right? And I walk up to somebody and they go, hey, hold on 2 seconds. And they pull that out and they go, do you want 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5? And I would say, I'll have 3. And they would say, what do you think of my new haircut? And I'll go, okay. And then they turn it over and the answer's on the back. And I would go, looks great, you really suit it, the colours are awesome. That for me would be heaven. Absolute heaven. Fucking hell. That would be a dystopian world that I could get behind. Everything, everybody. You could do it with iPads, many phones, iPads, whatever. You just pull, like, if you haven't had your hair done and you've got a new outfit, scroll, 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 boom. What do you think of my new outfit? Answer C. Outfit looks great. And I would say, oh, outfit looks great, see ya. And then that would be fine, you know? Or you could just turn up the card, how's your uncle? And you go, fine. And that, you know, awesome. Awesome, absolutely incredible. Then I wouldn't have to worry about the fucking minefield that is people, you know? What do you want me to tell you? I don't know, you know? So that would be great. I doubt that's going to happen. That's a bit much, I suppose. But hey, we can only dream. So that's some of me and my issue for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I genuinely don't care if you haven't. But I would love it if you did. If you could go and subscribe, that would be awesome. Hit the thumbs up, that would be great. Hit the notification bell. and leave a comment below if you want, and I shall see you for the next one. Alrighty. That felt quite nice actually. Felt quite good to get that out. The only people I really talk about, the only person I really talk about it in depth is Sarah. The occasional customer has noticed things about me and mentioned things like, and and I'm like, what are you saying? What? Yes, I am. Yes. So yeah, that felt quite good. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. I've got an announcement to make on the next video, which you might like, but I'll keep that for the next one. So thank you very much for watching, and take it easy. Peace. Bye. Alright, buddy, you ready? Nice and relaxed, and I shall do the rest. Here we go. How's that? Alright. Not too bad, eh? There'll be bits that'll be worse, bits that'll be better, but that's pretty much it for the shin.